Hello everyone, it's me Bryson Pete, and the much anticipated travel trip to Scandinavia has finally arrived. I've got my friend here, Mr. Damien, who is taking me to the airport in Nashville, Tennessee. From there I'll be flying to London and then on to Copenhagen, in which that's where my journey will begin.
I really hope when you go over there though, you just see a big difference on why people are so happy over there though. I like walking by someone here in America, hey, how are you? Screw you, buddy. You know, like you get the finger. I just want to see genuine careness out of people. It seems like everyone over there is just a hell of a lot nicer. You know, I mean, you connected with a lot of these people. Like, not everyone can just do that.
Well, I'm here in Denmark. The flight went well up until right before I got to London, and I got sick to my stomach. If you've been following me for a little while, you know that basically I've got some stomach issues that I've been trying to work through. They don't always bother me, but it seems that with big events like this, it likes to bother me. So, anyways, I made it to Denmark. Everything is great and grand. I even already went to the hospital here in Denmark, so I've learned a little bit about your hospital system and the way that your medical procedures are versus the United States. So it's really interesting and was an added experience that I was not expecting to get. So, anyways, tomorrow we will be going to Odense, spending the day there. It's about 2:40 in the morning, so I've got like 4.5 hours of sleep before we need to get up and go do that. So I'm gonna turn this light off here and go to bed. Just a few hours later, we got up and crossed the Great Belt Bridge over into Odense and spent the day at the Danish Railway Museum and the H.C. Andersen Museum. They were both wonderful and exciting places to visit. Even though I wasn't feeling 100% better, it was still a great day. It was really nice getting to sit in a lot of these train cars from old to newer and see the differences in just how they progressed over the years. I really enjoyed talking with Elizabeth and her sharing a lot of the stories and just different experiences that she had through her travels growing up and throughout her life. The H.C. Andersen Museum was very nice. It was a good representation of his life as well as showing the different artworks that have been collected and preserved. It also really helped to put a lot of the stories and a lot of the ideas behind the stories into a better light and perspective. Overall, it was just a very good museum. I then made my way up north to Aalborg, Denmark, and visited the Lindumho Viking burial grounds. It is quite important because it is considered Scandinavia's largest Viking burial ground. It was used by villagers from approximately 400 to 1000 AD. With the sprawling site being home to around 682 cremation graves marked by rocks. The first major archaeological excavation of this site began in 1952.
I am feeling a whole lot better,
though excavations have been conducted as early as 1889. The first excavation included 589 of the 682 graves, though it is not known how many more have been lost, with many being broken up during construction in the early 19th centuries for roads. The area was preserved by shifting sands of around 4 meters thick that swept over the area due to deforestation. This phenomenon also sheltered a village which was excavated in the 1950s. It included artifacts like farming equipment, a Viking longhouse, and even a sword. After spending a few hours here and at the museum that's located on site, it was time for me to continue on to the west coast, to the city of Loken, and see the Rubjerg Knude lighthouse.
Hopefully you can hear me all right. I'm inside the lighthouse. It is so windy. I have never experienced wind like this before. At any point in my life have I experienced wind like this, And there's so much just constantly blowing. And I don't know if you can hear it through the walls in this, but it is so loud. We're gonna make our way up here to the top and see what we can see from the top of this lighthouse. And from my understanding should be disappearing into the water, you know, in so many more years since it's already been moved once. So this is definitely a place I wanted to come and check out because I wanted to make sure I got to see something before it disappeared forever. Oh wow. We're almost to the top. Yeah, we can still go higher. As we get higher, it gets a lot windier and a lot louder up here. That's for sure. Whew. Almost to the top. Oh, and as we get up here, where it opens up more, the wind comes in. All right, so I believe the wind has died down quite a bit and you should be able to hear me a lot better than yesterday. I did make it up here to Skagen, and behind me is the big gray lighthouse. And Tia and I did go up there to the top of it. She was the guide for the day and did a wonderful job showing me the cemetery and the differences in which people are buried and the way that you design and lay out your cemeteries or graveyards. And then we also went up, actually Greenland's that way. We went there, walked in the water a little bit, and also seen where the waves collide. And then at this point, I'm walking along the beach and going to go check out a few bunkers and then head on down to Frederikshavn for the ferry to Oslo. I'm sitting here inside of one of these bunkers, as you can see. And I gotta be honest with you, even being inside this and seeing it with my own eyes, I still can't even comprehend the things that everybody went through during World War II and leading up to it and post, you know? Because this isn't something that is as familiar for me. You know, being in the United States and living there my whole life, never traveling and trying to learn history, we learn it in school, but you still can't comprehend the things that happened here or the things that happened out there into the water. You know, from inside here, maybe some of the stories that have been told. Yep, we're gonna go through this hole right here. Why not, right? Or the lives that people who occupied this bunker lived prior to coming here and setting up the station. Or the lives of everyone else who was affected by the Germans coming here and building these bunkers to defend from the water. Even though I understand the history, I still can't fathom if this was today. You know, we hope that history doesn't repeat itself, and we hope that the things that we've experienced many years ago don't come back on us again. And the old saying that history repeats itself is very true, because we're right now in the middle of a war with Ukraine and Russia, but to honestly think that it won't continue to escalate, it's hard to say that that's out of the realm of possibilities as well. But then you go to Ukraine years from now and there will be places like this. I can't honestly fathom those things because it's not something that I've ever personally endured. But to actually sit here and reflect on it, that's what helps us change. And that's what helps us understand more than just what we've read or been taught. Because seeing the amount of bunkers that are here, you know, all the different bunkers that I can't access, and how they're laid out all across this beach, and yet I'm in the very northern tip of Denmark. I could only imagine what that was like in Poland or in Germany or in any of those surrounding areas where it was so much more destruction and damage and so much more than just what I'm seeing here. It's just something to think about and to reflect on, to not do these types of things again, and to not allow history to repeat itself. Let's go in. Okay. I gotta be honest with you guys, I get a little nervous going into these buildings. Just because I don't know what's gonna be in here or what might be behind the next corner. And it stops here. Looks like it's been boarded up. Okay. Oh, there's a bird in here. Hang on, bird. Let me get out first, dog. Hang on, bird. Oh. Okay. We've made it to Oslo, and I am currently at the Norsk Folk Museum, at the outdoor open air museum. You can see behind me a lot of these old buildings, and I'll be spending some time here exploring and taking it all in. I've went into a couple of the exhibits already and looked at a lot of the 1600s and up artifacts. And then this afternoon, I guess I'll be meeting with some new people to go out onto the Oslo Fjord and spend some time out there on a boat, and then getting ready for the Constitution May 17th tomorrow. I can only imagine what that will actually be like. I had a great afternoon with the Fredriksen family as they took me out on their yacht to many different sites and areas along the Oslo Fjord, as well as going to the Oscarsborg Fortress, in which Petter was a wonderful guide. I was greatly impressed with all of the knowledge he has of the fortress.
Oh, that's exactly what I would do. I would be
even enjoying the life even more.
Well, if the museum is open, you should see the tunnels.
Yeah, I think usually it's open.
There's birds. You are usually here alone. Like, that's a fun part about it. And here are some different ammunitions. In that room there is World War II artifacts. That German eagle and holding a swastika. It's actually, there's actually light down there if you go just far enough in.
Okay.
I don't know where it ends, so you should come down. There are lights. There are lights there. Oh, where are lights?
We have lights.
We have a. There's the lights. Because yeah, it's fun.
This is exactly what I would want to do.
Yeah. Oh, here's the prison cells. Oslo, very. Here is.
This is cool.
Electrical room with someone that punched through the walls. And here are just a few more rooms.
Hang on 1 second. Okay, it doesn't go. Oh, whoa.
Aren't a lot of things here. It's just some machine gun nests and spawning places. And here you go.
Should we go down again that way?
This cannon actually has bullet holes in it. You can see that on there. Yeah. It's got hit very badly. But the ship was on that side, that's why there weren't any bullet holes here.
After Oscarsborg Fortress, we made our way to different spots of Oslo so I could see them from the water and get a different point of view. And now it's time to go home and get some rest because tomorrow's going to be a big day.